Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So, in this video, I'm going to start with a new topic, that is body fluid and circulation. So, we'll start with this. So, what is body fluid and circulation? Some kind of fluids which helps in circulating things which are required for our body. As you know, all living cells have to be provided with the nutrients, oxygen and other essential substances. Like हमारे शरीर के जितने भी सेल्स हैं उन्हें किसकी ज़रूरत होती है? न्यूट्रिएंट्स की, ऑक्सीजन की और अदर सब्सटेंसेस हैं जैसे कि हॉर्मोन्स हैं. एंड आफ्टर द सेलुलर एक्टिविटीज़ द वेस्ट प्रोडक्ट्स जो बनते हैं हमारे बॉडी में, harmful substances is produced have to be removed continuously for the healthy functioning of the tissues. इसलिए body की fluid which will help in the movement circulation of the all these things, हमारे body में इनका circulation, इनका ये हर एक cells तक पहुंचाएंगे न्यूट्रिएंट्स को, ऑक्सीजन को, जितने भी सब्सटेंसेस हैं रिक्वायर्ड हैं सेल्स के ग्रोथ के लिए फॉर द सेल डिवीजन एंड ऑल. तो इनकी ज़रूरत है हर एक सेल्स को ताकि हमारी जो बॉडी है ग्रो करे, डेवलप करे एंड हेल्दी रहे. तो ये सारी चीज़ें सेल को कौन पहुंचा के देगा? ब्लड विल हेल्प इन द ताकि उन सारी चीज़ों को हर एक सेल्स तक पहुंचा सके. So for this, it is therefore essential to have efficient mechanism for the movement of these substances to the cell from the cell. Different group of animals have evolved different methods for this transport. Simple organisms like sponges and coelenterate circulates waste from their surroundings through their body cavities to facilitate the cells to exchange. हमने जैसा कि पढ़ा है जितने भी एनिमल्स हैं दे हैव इवॉल्व्ड, धीरे धीरे एडवांस हुए हैं. वी हैव स्टडीड इन द एनिमल किंगडम दैट द स्पॉन्जेस आर देयर, उसमें ब्लड नहीं प्रेजेंट होता है. हाउ दे कैन ट्रांसपोर्ट थिंग्स, दे हैव methods of the transport, circulate water from their surroundings through their body cavities to facilitate. उस सिलेंट्रेट्स में क्या होती है, ये कैविटीज़ प्रेजेंट होती है. दे हैव अ ओपनिंग्स थ्रू विच दे कैन सर्कुलेट द वाटर आउट फ्रॉम द बॉडी. एंड मोर कॉम्प्लेक्स ऑर्गेनिजम्स यूज स्पेशल फ्लूइड विद इन देयर बॉडीज टू ट्रांसपोर्ट सच मटेरियल्स. तो हमारे बॉडी में वी हैव सम फ्लूइड इन आवर बॉडी. हमारे बॉडी में एनिमल्स विल हैव सम फ्लूइड प्रेजेंट इन दैम. That fluid is blood and lymph. So in our organisms, special fluid within their bodies to transport such materials. Blood is the most commonly used body fluid by most of the higher organisms including humans for this purpose. Another body fluid is lymph. So there are two body fluids are there, that is blood and lymph. Body fluids are the medium of transport of nutrients, oxygen and other important body fluids are the medium of transport of nutrients, oxygen and other important substances in the body. What does it mean medium? Like it is carrying the substances. Blood will carry the substances and it will give it to the cells. So what it will give? It will carry, the blood will carry nutrients, oxygen and other important substances in the body which is required to the cells. Blood is the most commonly used body fluid by most of the higher organism, including humans. For this purpose, lymph is also a type of body fluid which helps in the transportation of fats and proteins. Lymph also transports certain substances like protein and fats. So we have understood there are the two transport fluids are present in our body, that is blood and lymph. Lymph is a tissue fluid and the mechanism of circulation of blood is also explained here. Okay, we'll start with the blood. What is blood? We'll start with blood. So what is blood? So I have discussed this blood in the connective tissue. As we know that blood is a fluid connective. Blood is a fluid connective tissue. And in this blood, the blood will consist of two things. The composition, we'll study about the composition of blood. This blood will consist of plasma and blood corpuscles. Plasma and blood corpuscles. This plasma is a matrix, is a fluid matrix. It is a fluid matrix in which cells are present, and these cells will be blood corpuscles. And this plasma will mainly consist of water, that is 90%. It consists of 90% water. 90 to 92% of water is present in it, and proteins will be 6 to 8% proteins will be present in it, and that protein will be fibrinogen, globulins, albumins are the major proteins. These three are the major protein which is present in the plasma, and this plasma is straw colored. So what is plasma? Plasma is a fluid matrix in which about 90% in plasma की कंपोजिशन क्या होगी, प्लाज्मा जो बना हुआ है उसमें 90% वाटर प्रेजेंट होगा एंड 6 to 8% विल बी प्रोटीन्स विल बी प्रेजेंट. तो मेजर प्रोटीन्स क्या क्या प्रेजेंट है? फाइब्रिनोजन है, ग्लोबुलिन्स हैं, एल्बुमिन्स आर द थ्री मेजर प्रोटीन्स विच आर प्रेजेंट इन द प्लाज्मा. And in this, mineral ions will also present in it. And this fibrinogen are needed for clotting or coagulation of the blood. We will study about the coagulation later in this chapter. And this globulins will be involved in the defense mechanism of the body, and the albumin helps in the osmotic balance. And this mineral ions is present in the plasma. What are the mineral ions present in it? Like sodium, calcium, magnesium will be present in it. Glucose, amino acids, lipids, etc. are also present in the plasma membrane. Glucose, amino acid and lipids, etc. are present in the plasma. And in the plasma the clotting factors are also present in the inactive form. इसमें प्लाज्मा में clotting factors भी present होंगे. Clotting factors are present in the form inactive form. If we see प्लाज्मा से अगर हम क्लॉटिंग फैक्टर्स को निकाल दें देन व्हाट इट विल बी कॉल्ड एज सीरम. प्लाज्मा विदाउट क्लॉटिंग factors is called serum. It consists of 92% of water and about 6 to 8% of protein will be present in it. And the protein will be fibrinogen, globulins, albumins. These are the major proteins. And mineral ions will be present like sodium, calcium, magnesium will be present in the plasma. And some other glucose, amino acids and lipids etc. are present. And some other clotting factors are also present in the plasma. They are present in the inactive form. Now we will see what are the blood corpuscles. Blood corpuscles, there are the 3 blood corpuscles will be present in it, that is RBC, WBC and platelets. RBC is also called erythrocytes. WBC is called leukocytes and platelets are called thrombocytes. And these are collectively called formed elements. These are called formed elements. And they constitute 55 to 60% will be plasma and blood corpuscles will be 40 to 45% will be blood corpuscles will be present. These erythrocytes or red blood cells are the most abundant of the cells in the blood. सबसे ज़्यादा कौन सी सेल्स प्रेजेंट होती है? RBC की सेल प्रेजेंट होती है and the count will be about 4 million to 5 million cells per cubic millimeter. About 5 million cells per cubic millimeter. And these RBCs are formed in the RBC will be formed in the marrow, formed in bone marrow in the adults. And these RBCs are devoid of nucleus in the most of the mammalian RBC. जो mammalian RBC होती है उसमें न्यूक्लियस प्रेजेंट नहीं होती है. अगर ये सेल है तो इसमें न्यूक्लियस प्रेजेंट नहीं होगी. RBC की सेल में न्यूक्लियस एब्सेंट होगी. RBC are devoid of nucleus. शेप कैसा होगा RBC का? The shape will be biconcave and they are red in color because it contains iron, and this complex protein is called hemoglobin. RBC is red because it contains iron in the form of protein will be present. Complex protein will be present, that is called hemoglobin. And this hemoglobin helps in carrying oxygen. These molecules play a significant role in the transportation of respiratory gases, and this RBC have an average lifespan will be 120 days. In a healthy individual, about 12 to 16 grams of hemoglobin will be present in the 100 ml of blood. ये हेल्दी पर्सन में कितना ग्राम हीमोग्लोबिन होना चाहिए? 12 टू 16 ग्राम्स पर 100 ml होना चाहिए हीमोग्लोबिन. And these cells will be destroyed by the after 120 days. 120 days के बाद क्या होगा? This RBC cell will be destroyed and this RBC cells will not have lysosomes. ये dead हो जाएगा. तो where it will be carried? It will be carried into the spleen, destroyed in the spleen. And this spleen is called the graveyard of RBC. Now we will see leukocyte, WBC, and they are known as white blood cells. They lack color because hemoglobin is not present in this and it is colorless. They are colorless. Yeah, in this leukocytes, nucleus will be present. They are nucleated and are relatively less in the number than the RBC. So in this, nucleus will be present in their cells. (6,000 to 8,000) of WBCs are present in each ml of blood. The lifespan of the WBC will be 4 days. WBC का जो लाइफ स्पैन है वो सबसे कम होता है. It will be 4 days. And it is irregular in shape. So what we have seen, WBC का जो शेप होता है इरेगुलर होता है, कोई रेगुलर शेप नहीं होता है WBC का. इसका लाइफ स्पैन कितना होगा? 4 days होगा. इसमें न्यूक्लियस भी प्रेजेंट होगी. And it is also formed in the bone marrow. Bone marrow. So the WBCs are of 2 types, that is, so WBC is of 2 types. What are they? Granulocytes and agranulocytes. Agranulocytes. Now granulocyte is also of 3 types: eosinophil, basophil, neutrophil. Granulocyte is of 3 types, that is eosinophil, basophil and neutrophil. And agranulocyte is of 2 types, that is lymphocytes and monocytes. So we have seen this WBC 2 types का होता है, जिसमें granulocytes and agranulocytes. Granulocytes, what does it means? The WBC cells में granules present होंगे. That granules is made up of proteins. Granules present होंगे cells में. So the granules will be present, that is called granulocytes, and in this granules will not be present, that is called agranulocytes. ये जो WBC की जो सेल्स हैं, इनके सेल्स के साइटोप्लाज्म में ग्रैन्यूल्स प्रेजेंट होंगे, दैट इज कॉल्ड granulocytes, and these granules contains proteins, and this protein will responsible for helping immune system to fight off invading organisms in the body. This granules contains enzyme, and that is a hydrolytic enzyme which helps in digesting the foreign germs को destroy करने में help करते हैं. So in this lymphocytes and monocytes are the agranulocytes, because in this granules is not present in agranulocytes. Now we'll start with the neutrophils. What is neutrophils? Neutrophil is about 55 to 70% of all the cells. Neutrophils are present. ये कितना प्रेजेंट होगा? टोटल में से 55% से लेके 70% तक न्यूट्रोफिल्स प्रेजेंट होंगे. इन दिस इट हैज़ न्यूक्लियस एंड with 3 to 4 lobes. Can you see these are the lobes? ऐसे lobes बने हुए होते हैं. This is nucleus and it has 3 to 4 lobes. Okay, I'll write here first neutrophil, nucleus with 3 to 4 lobes. Granules will be present in the cytoplasm. And it will stain with the neutral dye. ये dyes क्या होते हैं, क्यों stain होते हैं neutral से? Because all these three, eosinophil, basophil and neutrophil, all this ये किसी कलर से, पर्टिकुलर कलर से ही स्टेन होते हैं. तो ये किससे स्टेन होंगे? न्यूट्रल डाई से स्टेन होंगे. एंड बैसोफिल विल होगा बेसिक डाई से. जो डाइज बेसिक हैं इन नेचर में, वैसे डाई से वो स्टेन होगा. इस्नोफिल विल बी उनको स्टेन करने के लिए हम एसिडिक डाई यूज़ करते हैं, उससे वो कलर उस पर स्टेन आता है, एंड सो दैट वी कैन सी अंडर द माइक्रोस्कोप. अगर हमने बेसिक डाई किया है, बेसिक है, अगर उससे हम डाई करेंगे तो कौन सा WBC डाई होगा? वो डाई होगा बैसोफिल्स. अगर वी हैव टेकन एसिडिक डाई तो विच वन विल गेट कलर्ड? द eosinophil will get colored, or we can see them under the microscope. So like that, neutrophil will dye with the neutral dyes. Next, what we have seen, there is eosinophils. So eosinophils, these eosinophils, in this the nucleus, you can see this is eosinophil. The nucleus is double lobed. 2 lobes present होंगे इसके न्यूक्लियस में. See, there will be double lobes will be present in the nucleus. Nucleus with 2 lobes and large cytoplasmic granules will be present in it. So ये कितना प्रेजेंट होगा? इट विल बी प्रेजेंट अबाउट 1 to 3% of total count will be present in the blood, and it increases when allergies will increase. ये तब increase होगा जब बॉडी में allergies होंगी, तब इनका काउंट क्या होगा? इंक्रीज करेगा. increases in allergies. As I told you these granules will contains hydrolytic enzymes and they are associated with the allergic reactions. Number of eosinophils during allergic conditions such as asthma and hay fever helps in dissolving blood clot, and it gets stains with the dark red with eosine and it is acidic in nature. ये जिस स्टेन से स्टेन होगा उसका नेचर क्या होगा, एसिडिक होगा. Eosine, and this eosine is acidic dye. When the level of eosinophil is more, that condition is called eosinophilia. जब eosinophil का काउंट बढ़ जाता है तो उसे क्या बोलते हैं हम, eosinophilia. When the level of eosinophils is more. Okay, next we'll start with the basophil. The count of basophil will be 0.5 to 1%, and these are the least abundant of the total WBC. ये सबसे कम होता है basophil, about 0.5 to 1% of the total WBC. In this, the nucleus is large and indistinctly lobed. Nucleus large and indistinctly lobed, and the granules will stain with the basic dye, that is methylene blue. And it secretes serotonin, heparin, and it helps in the secretion of these anticoagulant. So it will help in the secretion of anticoagulant. What is anticoagulant? Anticoagulant क्या करेगा, अगर it will not be present, so that blood will get clot in the blood, क्या हो जाएगा, clot हो जाएगा. That's why heparin and serotonin are present in the blood, which helps in anticoagulant, मतलब कि blood को clot होने से बचाता है. Secrete serotonin, histamine, secrete serotonin, heparin and histamine. So what we have seen, what is the function of basophil? It helps in the, it secretes heparin, which is an anticoagulant, serotonin and heparin anticoagulant. This histamine is a releases chemical involved in inflammation. Site of production, where it is formed in the bone marrow. And this eosinophil also, what does it do? It engulfs the bacteria and secretes the antitoxins associated with the allergies. It engulfs bacteria associated with allergies, and where it is formed in the bone marrow. And this neutrophil also, it will be formed in the bone marrow. What does it do? It acts as an phagocytosis. Phagocytosis means what? It helps in engulfing the bacteria. Phagocytosis. Now we'll see non-granular or agranulocyte. So agranulocyte is of two types, that is lymphocytes and monocyte. Lymphocyte about 20 to 35% is of total WBC is lymphocytes. So this agranulocyte is in which granules are not present in the cytoplasm. So cytoplasm without ग्रैन्यूल्स, इनके जो साइटोप्लाज्म है इसमें ग्रैन्यूल्स प्रेजेंट नहीं होंगे, एंड इन दिस अ सिंगल लार्ज न्यूक्लियस विल बी प्रेजेंट. And it is of two types, that is lymphocyte and monocyte. Lymphocyte will be about 20 to 35% will be present lymphocytes of the total WBC. Monocytes will be about 3 to 8% प्रेजेंट होंगे. टोटल WBC के कितना, जितना भी WBC प्रेजेंट है ये परसेंटेज उनमें से है. सो व्हाट वी हैव सीन, most numerous first one is neutrophil, and this is the second most numerous type of leukocyte. The second most numerous type of leukocyte, and this cell is smallest of WBC. सबसे छोटा सेल होगा WBC का. And in this, large nucleus will be present in the cell with little cytoplasm. Single large nucleus will be present with little cytoplasm. Okay, first we'll see the type of this lymphocyte. There are the two types of lymphocyte. Lymphocyte is of two types. First one is B lymphocyte and T lymphocyte. So this B lymphocyte, the formation of B lymphocyte will be in bone marrow, and this T will be actually all the WBCs will be formed in the bone marrow, but this T lymphocytes will formed in the bone marrow, but it get matures and in the T lymphocyte, that is thymus, in form in thymus. And what does it do? It is responsible for this B and T lymphocytes are responsible for immune response. It produces antibodies. And next is monocyte. This monocytes is about 3 to 8% of the total WBC count, and it is largest of WBC. We have seen कि lymphocytes जो है सबसे smallest है और monocyte is the largest of WBC. And amoeboid in shape. And the nucleus is large with the kidney shape. इसकी जो nucleus है वो कैसी होगी, kidney shape की होगी. Nucleus will be kidney shape. Nucleus large, kidney shape. Next point is, so when the from the blood monocytes enters the tissue where they become macrophages. What does it mean? Macrophages are phagocytic in nature and engulf bacteria and other cellular debris. व्हाट डज इट मीन कि जब ये क्या करेंगे, बैक्टीरिया को इनगल्फ करेंगे, इट विल इनगल्फ एट द साइट ऑफ इन्फेक्शन. Transforms into macrophages and other cell debris. And where it will form? It will form in the bone marrow. Function: engulf the germs. So what we have seen? We have seen lymphocytes, we have seen, and monocytes. Lymphocyte का क्या काम है? It helps in to produce antibodies which kills or neutralize the germs or the poisons from them. And monocyte क्या करेगा? बैक्टीरिया जर्म्स को इनगल्फ करेगा. It is phagocytic in nature. Now next we will see blood platelets. See, these platelets are also called thrombocytes, and these thrombocytes, they don't have any definite structure. And this is the smallest of formed elements. Formed elements के का जो है सबसे छोटा होता है, platelets होते हैं. And the number will be normally about 1.5 lakh to 3 lakh 50,000 platelets are per mm cube of the blood. Shape and structure: the cells are the fragment rather than true cells, rounded or oval dish-like bodies, and it lacks nucleus. These platelets can release a variety of substances, most of which are involved in the coagulation or clotting of blood. So ये platelets क्या करेंगे? It helps in the clotting of blood, as it अगर इसका जो platelets का जो number है अगर वो कम हो जाए तो it leads to the excessive loss of blood from the body. And these platelets lack nucleus and contains a few cell organelles and secretory granules in them. And where it will form? It will form in the bone marrow. Formed in bone marrow. And the lifespan will be about a week. Is about and they are destroyed in the spleen and liver. And the function is it helps in blood clotting and releases various substances involved in the coagulation of blood. That's all. We'll see next blood clotting and blood group in the next class. Thank you.